All right, we're live. So
Live.
if you guys want to go ahead and go live on your Instagrams as well, that will be the next step.
Did you figure out how to go live on Instagram?
Yeah, you just hit that little blue button on the top right. So I think I'm live now.
Oh, I see it on your thing, yeah.
My blue button doesn't work.
You just had to click it twice, I think.
Oh, we're there.
Y'all got it? All right, looks like we got Crosslink components on here. We got Mad Jack. What's up, Mad Jack? Stoked to have you on here. Nico, got all kinds of people joining. We're just going to give everybody a minute or two here to join in before we launch in and see where this journey takes us. Let's go. We got Jim Duro. Let's go, gents, in the comments. All right. And we got Cooper's wife not on dish patrol right now anymore.
No, we're good.
Okay, sweet. What's up, Garrett? Thanks for joining. He's joining in from YouTube.
How am I able to see the people who are on here? Am I just clueless? Oh,
there's a little comment section there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cooper does have the best green screen.
Yeah. No, he's literally at page right now.
Yeah.
He's streaming from his phone.
And I'm on top of the mountain.
And I got a little USWE background. I'm trapped in the USWE basement in Sweden. We got Evan on here. And awesome. I'm stoked you joined, Evan. You got a little feature in here. Had to show you a little bit. We got Josiah. Well, I appreciate everybody joining. We got about a minute left here, but we got JP in here. He's at the gym right now, I think. He's been training hard. He
has been getting after it.
He's been fired up after kind of seeing what's possible from your guys' riding and getting to film with Cody and help out and kind of see what CW2 is all about. So it's cool to have people like that. They're even tuning in from the gym.
He cut down on the White Claws now too. He's full training mode.
Yeah, he's turned into a square like me pretty much. So.
Yeah.
Facts, he says. Yep. Nice. All right, guys, it's 9 o'clock. So I'll just start off by introducing everybody. I'm Blake. I kind of started this whole Burros thing. I wanted to kind of feature some of these riders as best I can outside of the race series, just because I feel like you guys are incredible riders and not everybody really gets to see what you guys are up to a lot of the time. I mean, Hard Enduro, you're off on the mountains gallivanting around and really grinding up mountains and stuff, and nobody's there. So it's cool to be able to cover what you guys do on camera a little bit and get to follow you all around. And half the time I'm barely keeping up, honestly, with the big camera bag, but it's just cool to get to show what you guys can do. And, I'm stoked to have USWE support the Burros. They've really been backing this effort from day one. And it's just cool to see a brand that supports the growth of Hard Enduro and just wants to see you guys grow and succeed and the whole sport succeed. So if you guys want to go around the horn and introduce yourself, everybody knows who y'all are, but why don't you just hit a little bit of info, maybe a fact nobody knows about you, and we'll start there.
Ryder first. I don't know. On my screen, Ryder makes the most sense to go first.
Yes. Go for it, Ryder.
Yo, Ryder here. We're just down in California training for Endurocross and happy to hop on the live with the boys.
Yeah, these guys are all in full Endurocross mode right now, I think. So they're kind of transitioning. The 300s got taken back and they're on the 4-strokes now. So Cooper, you've been training pretty hard at Endurocross lately, right?
Yeah, now we're full Endurocross mode. No more ghost riding bikes up hills or down hills. So that's that time's over now. So now just have to slam into some logs and hit big jumps, but not first rounds in I think a little under a month. So it'll be good and ready to do some battle with all these guys.
Just want to shout out, we got Skylar Howes joining. Appreciate it. He's on the mend right now from a crazy 90-mile-an-hour whiplash crash. So stoked to have you join here, and you can see what all the Hard Enduro boys are up to. All right, Will, we're up. You're up.
So I cut out for a bit. We're just doing a bit of an intro. I'm in San Diego right now. Probably be here till like Christmas, just training for enduro cross. No more hard enduro for a bit, which honestly I'm missing. But enduro cross is good, and got our first race in like a month or something. So it's good living the Kelly life right now.
There you go.
I'm Cody Webb, and I'm just hanging out these days. Obviously, we had good hard enduro season this year, and it was an awesome time filming with all the other burros. And then I had some nagging injuries from Erzberg I had to get taken care of. So my return to enduro cross is up in the air at this current moment in time.
Ooh. There's some updated info right there on Cody. All right, Jason. Yeah, sorry, you're up.
Oh, I'm the biggest nobody on here. So I'm
Next
with
to me.
For everybody that's tuning in. I'm with USWE. I've been around with the USWE company for probably about 10 years. And I've worked with all these guys for a long time. So it's cool to be on. It's cool to be a part of this. We're doing some gear giveaways. We'll talk about here in a little bit for everybody tuning in over the next 24 hours. But yeah, I'm just going to kind of sit back, listen to this, watch some video, and see how this all actually went down.
Yeah, so it's cool to have. It just kind of goes without saying that USWE is willing to put in resources to kind of grow this sport and get more eyes on things. So even just having Jason on here is pretty cool. I mean, a lot of brands could have just said, yeah, go do your own thing, and USWE is really involved and just wants to see Hard Enduro Burros grow, and that's what's really cool about just having them as the title sponsor. So. Well, I promised you all a little bit of behind the scenes. I've got 3 videos to show. I'm going to start off with a behind the scenes video, a little on the longer side. I think it's like 4 or 5 minutes. So I'm going to throw that up here on the screen. And then at the end, we can talk about some of the funny moments and some of the action that happened, when we're out there filming with all the guys. So without further ado, here we go. Let's see if this works. The inspiration behind Hard Enduro Burros is really to show what these guys are capable of while they're training. The riders are often seen at the races, but when they're out training in remote landscapes, it's really not easy to see what they're up to. My vision for Hard Enduro Burros is to provide the much needed inside look into the lives of these Hard Enduro racers. One of my main goals is to have a really cinematic feel for something that is in such a remote landscape and hard to film.
Filming this Hard Enduro it takes a lot of extra effort. Between the big heavy drone and the red camera and the tripod, everybody had extra batteries or something slung over their shoulder to get out in the high country and start filming. We got a dedicated crew here.
My name is Blake Scott, and I am the director of the Hard Enduro Burros series. It's been an honor to film these Hard Enduro riders the past year and create this series.
There's a few things that makes filming Hard Enduro difficult. Access and then the burros. Access to these spots where the burros are riding is really difficult. So you have to have people that are capable on a motorcycle. And then also the burros are nuts. They're just feeding off the energy, so you almost have to be chasing the burros down just to get the content.
As a filmmaker, capturing content of the burros is really tricky. The locations we go to are really remote. I bring a lot of camera gear, so we're always loaded down, heavy packs, 30, 40-pound packs, tripods, drones, multiple cameras. It takes a lot to get these images, but it makes it that much more worth it when we nail the shot.
Film crew, it's not easy, man. You guys got expensive cameras, a lot of equipment. You got to learn how to pack those things quicker. We got to do a training lesson with 70 pounds on your back to learn how to get through the next section.
It takes a whole team to get every camera, every drone up there to shoot all the shots. It's not a light carry, that's for sure. I mean, it's pretty cool to see all the film crew drag up all the cameras and then see all the film come to use.
That was sick!
I think it's difficult to find somebody that can jump in, grab a pack, a heavy pack, and roll to these, kind of remote locations and get into the stuff without being like a liability. So I think it's pretty fun that I was able to take some skills from the bike and get in and just kind of help the whole thing work along.
As off-roaders, we do this stuff on the daily without the cameras because we love it. So to have somebody that's willing to come out and put in the effort to carry the heavy equipment and get clips of the cool stuff, that means so much to us.
There you go.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Absolutely. This is cool stuff.
One of the coolest aspects for me getting to film the burros is just seeing the camaraderie. They're very cool with each other, they're natural, they enjoy training together, and they all see the progression of the sport grow by riding together. When it comes to getting the perfect shot, we're often taking 3, 4, or 5 takes in order to dial in a small detail, whether it's the position of the rider or the position of the camera. It takes a lot of effort to nail a really nice shot.
That's why it's hard to do, because you don't want to just go out there and just get like regular shots. You want to be pretty efficient. You want to go out there, find something juicy, and then nail the shot. And finding something that's juicy enough takes a little extra effort. Perfect! The only way to figure it out and learn what to do better is to just start trying shit. And nothing to make you try shit like Blake when he's on the camera filming you. Me and Blake have been working together for years, so when Blake says jump, I say how high. And when I say I'm gonna do this, you say, wait, what? So it's fun. It's a fun camaraderie. There's definitely a mutual trust between the videographers and the riders, because you don't necessarily always see the vision of what we're going to do, and we don't necessarily always see the vision of what you're going to make. Oh, that was way bigger than I thought you were going to go. That was nice.
It's really cool when the rider's vision and my vision as the filmmaker meet and we actually nail a good shot. It takes a lot of moving parts to put everything together to make it happen, but it just makes it that much more worth it when it happens.
You popped a wheelie like right in there maybe? Even?
Yeah.
Just like a power wheelie?
Yeah, I can do that. Like, yeah.
You know, seeing the drone shots that you and Evan got, when you play that back to me and I see us crossing the negative edge pool with this giant lake and a huge backdrop in the background, it's mind-blowing.
Filming with these guys is a blast for me because they're so fired up to be a part of something and they put in their full effort. And it's just cool for the sport of hard enduro to have these riders so focused on progressing the sport, becoming better, and showing off what they can do. It's really awesome having brands like USWE put in effort to grow this sport, and to have them sponsor this series and back what we do, it's just awesome. I hope you guys enjoy these episodes as much as I have making them, and we plan to do plenty more. All right, guys, so appreciate y'all tuning in. Hopefully that didn't show up like a potato, shot on a potato, for all the effort I put in carrying the camera around, testing out this whole software. But yeah, I just appreciate everybody coming out and wanting to put in the effort filming. It's just a lot of effort. As you guys know, nothing's ever fast with film crew, but yeah, I just wanted to show a little bit of what it takes to go out there and film some of these crazy moments. What do y'all think?
It's crazy, like, to get out there and film, like, for what you have to do. I know for one of our film trips, with the amount of people we had, I had to carry like a good amount of a backpack, whether it was the drone or like the red camera, and it was tough. Like, it's crazy. You go from like a good rider to like a full-on B rider, because you try to like switch back anything or like get to the gnarly trails, and you go to like switch back, and then like the backpack's like a second delayed. So then when you go, it like throws you into the ground or like throws you into the other side. So it's pretty crazy to have to tow all that around the whole time.
Yeah, I think on that last shoot, I pretty much passed around the drone backpack to Cooper and Max and Evan. Pretty much everybody carried it, and I think you told Max like never again or something. Like, I don't want to carry that thing. It's retarded.
Yeah, it was. My back was not feeling too hot after it, but no, it was all good. It's worth the shot for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate having all that help. Before I forget, guys, I just wanted to do the little bit of sales pitch that I got, just so people know they can go look at the website. You go to uswe.com /ENUS and then live deal, and that's where anybody can see the crazy deal they're offering, which is the 40% off gear and a free pack if you buy a gear set. So I'm just going to leave that kind of rolling all annoying at the bottom, and if people want to go check out what they got going while we're talking, I just want to make sure that's up there. But anyway, yeah, Cody, you kind of called it out that I do need to do some more training with the pack, because I do take forever to unpack stuff, and I'm pretty sure I miss like half the moments because you guys are already blowing zones out and I'm not even there yet.
Yeah, we've already like hit all the stuff by the time you catch back up to us from like cleaning up the last little shoot spot we did. So that's tricky, right? Like, we're always just on the move looking for something new to do, and we don't really stay in one spot for too long unless it's Tristan and hill climbs. He'll stay there for a little while. But yeah, no, it was super fun. I even remember after we did the Burros shoot, I stayed in the area with you for a few more days. And I remember riding like probably one of the hardest trails they have there. Like, I don't remember the name of it, but it was like switchbacks through a crack in the rock. And I was riding with your tripod. And it was like an absolute chore to like have this, I don't know what, 3 or 4 foot tripod on my back in front of me, trying to like ride the hardest trail system there.
And it's like flopping around.
Yeah, it's hitting you everywhere. But I mean, honestly, like we all want to tell you to pack less, but it's not going to showcase what we're doing, right? Like you have the best equipment out there, and there's a reason why you spend the money for the good stuff, you know?
Yeah, I either need to get better or pack less stuff. So I'm trying for getting better right now, but if that doesn't work, and it may not work, then I'm gonna definitely try to pack less. Figure out how to shoot it on a GoPro or something.
Yeah, but then it's not going to look as good. The quality drops.
That's true. Yeah, I mean the comments make me, want to keep doing what I'm doing. People seem to be into it, and I guess if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But it is an honor to get to go with you guys, and just watching you guys get to the spots even is just so, you just can see what's possible on a bike, and it is really kind of wild. But it'd be more fun without the pack. But the irony of it is really that, the USWE packs are so small and fit to you guys so well, but then I'm carrying around this giant camera bag and you guys are carrying around, tripods and things. So you got like weight reduction on the back, and then it's all like in the tripod hung around your shoulder or whatever, any gains there are lost, I guess, but kind of funny.
Well, I guess that's when we got to talk to Jason here and Jonathan from Sweden, ask about a USWE no dancing monkey camera bag setup, so we can
that would be cool.
A custom bag for filming.
Yeah, it feels like the monkey's not dancing, but it's a gorilla instead of a monkey.
Yeah, it's definitely a gorilla on your back right now.
Yeah.
It's coming.
That would be
see,
cool.
Look at it. We got some secrets coming out here.
Yeah,
hey, real quick, I did have a question. When you guys were ahead of Blake going to wherever, was that destination already known, or were you guys just going?
We just went.
Yeah,
Jason, I'll be honest, trying to keep up with them is the hard part, figuring out where they want to go. They just go.
Yeah,
we go to it.
Blake would have like an area like in his mind maybe, and like we'd go to be riding there, and then one of us, we're all like little kids, and Blake was like a shepherd who's trying to herd all of us goats or whatever, animals, burros. But we'd be going to his area, and then we'd like see a hill or see a creek or something, and then we'd all just shoot down, and then he's like gets the area, wondering where we are, tries to come back and find us, got all his camera bags, and we've been there for like 20 minutes, like having the best time ever. So yeah, we definitely got off track.
Yeah, it was funny. Like we had the GoPros on them at times, and it rolls they might leave it on or whatever by accident. So then when I'm going through every second of footage, because I'm all crazy like that, I'll find a moment where they're like, what is Blake doing? He wants to go over here, and like it's awesome right here. We should be filming over here, and what the hell? And so then in the end we did go film one of the hills you guys wanted to do, but it does suck when I'm like thinking I got an area that would be cool, but then you guys always blow my expectations out of the water and find these crazier lines, and then and then you're like, oh, we should have done that. So it is really a give and take of like what Max kind of said, like trusting kind of what I'm up to, but then I really need to trust them when they know the lines are crazy. And I don't know, you kind of like an intuition. You just have to kind of feel out when they're getting all revved up and excited, and they're starting to like, I'm gonna lose their focus. Then they're gonna go off and do a bunch of lines, and then that's like where the juice is to squeeze. They just like are one-upping each other, and I can't even get my camera out quick enough in those situations. Or there was one sand climb with out there, I think it was it had like a rock lip at the end, and I couldn't even get to the base of the hill. I just like couldn't physically even get there, and so you guys were blasting that big long sand hill and then hitting that rock. I don't know. You guys described, Cody or somebody described that line. I don't even know how you described that. It was so crazy. I couldn't even get there.
I don't remember this one.
Remember the one? It was like a big long sand hill, and Cooper was blasting up it, and Ryder tried it like 20 times. Or I mean, Danny tried it like 20 times, couldn't quite get it.
Do you remember the one Tristan ghost rode his bike at the top because he was so excited?
That one.
Dude, that one was stupid, dude.
Middle.
Yeah, that one was dumb. I hated that hill. It was so scary, dude. But yeah, that was gnarly. It was like, I think we were all like fourth gear wide open at the bottom, downshifting to third, and then downshifting to second. Like, I think I was downshifting in the air to get up the last bit after that ledge. But yeah, I've never done anything like that before. And Tristan annihilated us there. I'll give it to him.
Yeah, it was crazy because it was like a fifth gear wide open, and then you just literally had to like bunny hop over this like little rock and then into like a big rock face. So you had to go from like fifth gear wide open uphill climb to like pretty much no speed after you left the rock. So I would like try to downshift like twice pretty much. I'd be like going up to the face, and like right before I'd pre-hop into the first one, I'd downshift, and then in the air I'd downshift again. And I never even got up it, but Tristan, I don't know if it's on his GoPro or not, but it was so excited one time, literally just like ghost rode his bike off the cliff because he was so excited that he was working us all on this hill climb.
Yeah, you guys really pick out lines that like don't make sense. And I'm not the only one who's saying that, because I think you interviewed saying that, Cody. You're like, I wouldn't even train like this normally. Like, it makes no sense. We're doing like a no run up from a dig, like up these 4 foot, 5 foot ledges out of nothing. Like, I guess that's just not normal training on that.
I was scared, dude. My body's not as nimble these days. I can't fall as good as I used to.
Can't land on your feet like a cat anymore.
Yeah, I got to roll out of it as best I can.
Yeah.
One thing I want to mention, when we were shooting out there, we went to like a spot that Taylor Robert did this huge drop off in like Moto 5. I don't even, like 2013 maybe, and everyone was like, we FaceTime Taylor Robert, and we're like, what were you doing, dude? This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. So I don't know, a throwback to an old edit we did, but no one even wanted to attempt what Taylor did, and that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was funny you guys were talking about that, trying to find where that was, but then like once we actually found it, everybody's like, yeah, let's just look at it, and then all right, we'll keep moving.
Yeah, nobody wanted this.
It's the most insane line I think I've
nobody should ever hit that again.
Yeah, Ryder, maybe you'll do it next time, huh?
No.
I'll get you a Supercross suspension.
Yeah, there was something wrong with Taylor. He was mentally unstable when he did that or something.
Yeah.
He didn't care about life.
Literally. I don't think you could
isn't
pay
that
me
Hard
enough
Enduro?
money.
No.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I literally don't think you could pay me enough money to hit that. Like, we were up there and I FaceTimed Taylor and I was like, what were you thinking? Like, this is dumb. Like, there's not, maybe like it has like a 2% grade of a landing. So it's like not even a landing, and it's probably like a 30 to 40 foot drop. And then in the landing is like, it's like all red rock, but it's like potholes all in the landing. So like, I even know like when Taylor did it, I think he blew out both wheels. When he landed.
Both wheels.
That was how hard the hit was.
Dude, I don't know how y'all do it. When I'm watching the footage, like even the stuff you guys are willing to do, it doesn't actually make any sense to me. And my low back hurts just watching the stuff you guys do. And I selfishly want you to do multiple takes on things, but then on the other side, I'm like, man, that's got to hurt every time he does that drop. And they're willing to do it more than once. Like, like one example was the Connex container that we're going to feature in the next episode 4, Cooper, that you dropped off of up in the mountains in the Alpine. Like, just watching that, like, and you were landing in like baby heads of little rocks that were kind of loose, and just that impact, and the fact that you eyed that line and wanted to load your bike up on top of this Connex was super crazy. I don't know how you came up with that idea.
Yeah, it was, I know you said we were going to share the video at some point of like us loading it up. And I remember like, as like Max, I think Evan and I or somebody was like pushing the bike up the lip. I was literally like, this is by far one of my dumbest ideas I've ever had. And that was before I even knew if it would like work for sure. So I was like, I don't honestly know how this is going to go, but we're too committed now to not do it. So
it's something about the camera effect. I think as soon as I pull it out, you guys are like, I don't know. It seems like y'all are more willing to get kind of wild with it. Is that kind of a fair assumption?
Having all the boys there, it's sick. We for sure get carried away. It only takes like one person to eye something off, and then you'll see them eye it off, and you think, shit, now we got to do this.
Yeah, is that what you guys are thinking when I'm out filming with the first rider who picks the line, and then you guys are all kind of stacked up watching it, or you guys just kind of sometimes like, man, I really don't want to hit that, but I'm in front of everybody, I kind of got to hit it.
That's me all the time. You and Cody will go over to something, and I was thinking, shit, I don't want to go over there, but go see what they're doing, and then next minute we're all doing it. Equal effect.
Yeah, you've kind of been training a lot with Tristan too, right? So that kind of does that go with the territory, like riding with someone at that caliber? You're just often in those situations.
Yeah, you get used to it. It's good. It's what makes you better, and you know how you improve. And then that's why it's good to train with people, and especially all of us there, because you see someone do it, and at the end of the day, there's no excuses, kind of thing. But then when you do it, it's sick. It's the best feeling. That's why I love hard enduro too, because whether it's a massive mountain or logs or rocks or creeks, like there's so much little rewards throughout the day that seem so hard and so out of reach, but then you do it and it's pretty sick feeling, especially with you there with the camera.
I'm definitely someone like, I love trying stuff and going out of the element, but there was plenty of times I feel like all of us on that shoot kind of eyed something up, and we were like, I'm gonna wait till Blake shows up, because it'll be where like I need that like camera factor in there, so I get a little more courage to try it. And like if I get a huge crash, then we get it on camera, or if we make it, then we get it on camera, so it's a win-win. Where I was pretty mad. I think it was the very first day. Like I caught up with you guys later on, and I was washing my gear, so I had like no knee brace socks, and I was like kind of bitter about riding because there was some major chafage on my leg hairs.
Well, and you just won motos. You literally, coming straight off of that the next day. Yeah.
But I remember I threw my bike on a hill and scratched the shit out of it the very first like hour, and you weren't even there filming, and I was pretty mad about it.
So, that is insult to injury for sure.
Yeah. One thing I do want to mention was there was like, because there's definitely a couple things here and there that like everyone did that no one else really wanted to try, but I don't remember what day it was, but there was like somewhere off the huge mesa, and there was like this sketchy, stupid, like angled splatter, and Cooper was the only one to do it, and we all like kept looking at it, and everyone was like, nah, and I think Cooper did it like twice, and he would like hit at an angle, and the rear tire would like slide all the way across a rock, and I feel like all of us would look at each other like, what is this guy doing, dude? Like no one else even wants to try this one, and this is the one you line up to go for.
Yeah, I don't know what was happening there. I think that was literally, I had like the big USWE poncho because it was like so cold and it was like raining.
So you were warmer than all of us.
So I don't even think like the clip turned out, because I just have this massive poncho on that you're usually supposed to just wear before the race and not continue riding with it. But I didn't have any type of rain jacket being from Arizona, so I was like, well, I guess this will do. So
you kind of look like a
dress. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a sick rock grind, though. I don't know what it was. It was like a rear tire grind, like 50-50.
Yeah, and then the worst part is like once you got up there, you started to like drop off, which that wasn't the best feeling thing.
I was curious if you guys got any calls from the bosses about what you guys were doing up in the middle of nowhere, or maybe Blake got the call from like Timmy Wiggin or somebody. All my riders.
I don't know who the bosses are.
Yeah, they just got a massive parts order from us after the event. That's pretty much it.
Oh, those bosses, yeah. That's not my department. I just press the red button and click make the pretty pictures.
Yeah, I didn't get in trouble by the boss.
No, we're good. Okay. They're used to that. They're used to us. That's like a daily thing. We're just now catching it on film, and
it was a little more aggressive than I'm used to. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
it was a little more aggressive than I'm used to.
Yeah, but I hear word on the street, some of y'all do fling your bikes kind of often when you're training, and it's just the difference is there's a camera there. Maybe a little bit harder in the paint than normal.
Well, I'll admit it, I definitely do.
I saw your guys' training loops in Arizona, and it makes sense.
Ryder, on that note, I don't want to poke the bear, but when we were filming in that like bentonite looking zone, I'm pretty sure your bike had like a few hours on it. Was that the case when it ragdolled down the hill? That was kind of a gnarly moment.
Yeah, pretty much like anytime I get a fresh bike, just got to break it in properly by like sending it down a couple of cliffs. I mean, when you're training with Tristan, you don't really have a choice. We were down there, me, Tristan, Will, and James, and Phoenix is so hard on bikes. Like, it doesn't matter if you're trail riding or hard enduroing. Like, the second it hits the ground, it's like you're just taking a cheese grater to every part of your bike. And I think anytime I would refresh it, it would last for like 20 minutes, then look like it had another 50 hours on it already. So,
well, my theory was like film with you guys post race because the bikes are already clapped. But I don't know, is that really the strategy, or when is it going to be kosher to do that to film?
We'll just progressively get worse throughout filming. Like, I think my bike was pretty fresh when we filmed in St. George, and then by the end it got pretty wrecked. I think just by day one there were people bending bars. I think James bars. And then we were all sending gnarly lines, and I don't think I even sent anything too crazy the first day because we just raced the day before, but all the boys were still going at it, so you kind of have to join in at least through some of the lines. So
yeah, I don't know how you guys had the energy to go do this whole project, because it was literally, for those who don't know, it was literally the day after King of the Motos. The kind of the backstory of it is I wanted to put together, filming with you guys, but there's a couple things that are hard about it, and one of them is figuring out your guys' schedules because everybody's all over. And Tristan said, hey, do it right after Motos. I'll let them know I'm going. They'll all go. And just do it. And so literally multiple guys, Tristan and Will, you guys got in at like 2 a.m. the night of the race, drove all the way there. I mean, it was pretty wild, and we were just right to filming the next day. So kind of meant a lot that you guys were willing to go so hard like that. And I mean, I bet the last thing you wanted to do after King of the Motos was ride again. But it was cool that you guys did. And it was, from the outside, it was pretty cool, the energy of seeing all 8 of you guys just pushing each other, like, outside of a race, but just for funsies. So, but yeah, pretty gnarly. You guys put in all that effort to get out there. Last minute.
Big days too.
Yeah, I was making the big days happen.
Which is good. I'd be like feeling mint, having fun. 12 o'clock comes around, we'd have lunch, and then I'd be ready for a nap.
Yeah, there was definitely some arguing going on and a power struggle in the house of Blake going like, we're leaving at 8, and we're like, no, we're not. We're not leaving at 8, dude. 9. Okay, 8:30. All right,
I'll take
8:30.
Yeah, the funny thing about that was I was trying to make sure we finished all the challenges for the USWE Pro Burros challenge, and there was the fattest whip competition that we didn't quite get to do, but maybe
the weather went to shit.
Yeah, and maybe there was never enough time to do it, but poor Danny missed out on his big break there. That would have been a good one. Ryder, I think you got some good whips. Coop probably too.
I got nothing for Danny. I think that's why we decided not to do it, because we were just giving it to Danny anyways.
I mean, I guess an excuse for me to film it, but yeah, it would have been.
We would have had all this epic content of gnarly hard enduro stuff, and it was like whip competition, and like people from the moto world would have watched it and be like, these guys suck.
Right.
Especially that Cody Webb guy. He really sucks.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I was just going to bring this up. You busted out that insane line at the end of day 3 there. And I mean, it was another example of where I could barely get there in time. So Evan was doing some filming while I was still catching up with you guys. But after doing all the challenges and filming all that big, long day, you were busting out like the filthiest line possible. I mean, I don't even know how you saw that. That was the one where you did the crazy side hop tire trials deal at the end. And I don't know, walk us through what you were thinking there. That was
crazy. I don't know. Someone pointed out a line right to the right of it. It was either Ryder or Tristan. Was it one of you guys, Ryder?
I can't remember. It might have been.
Yeah, but it was like, it was kind of like it was the edge of the mesa essentially. But yeah, we saw a line to the right and it looked pretty good. And like up a cool slab and kind of have to carry the front. It would float a little bit and hold pressure. But then Evan said Ryder eyed it out. But then like right to the left, we like did it and I'm like, oh, that was easier than I thought. And then I saw like kind of like a rock to rock to rock thing. And that's honestly like what I love doing the most. Like one big splatter could be sick, but I feel like when you piece it together, that really shows like the timing and everything. So yeah, I was there and I even kept going like past that. There was like another rear tire hop, but the techie line was so massive you couldn't even follow me all the way. You got to be quicker on your feet next time.
I know, dude. I could barely keep up. I needed a gimbal. I just was handheld with the camera, and I had to do a lot to massage a decent shot out of that. But it was, number one, unpredictable what you were going to do, because who does that and who can do that and keep it going. And then 2, I was like trying not to fall in the.
And it was even. And he was a little bit wet. Like I feel like because Ryder and Tristan did it a few times, and like Ryder got through it once, but I feel like if it was dry, it was a hard base in the bottom because it was kind of like on like a waterfall thing when we started. So the trickiest part we were riding was how sandy it was, but there was so much moisture content that like the sand actually had some hold up. But I feel like if it was dry, those guys probably would have made it too. But it definitely was a lot trickier on like just because there was a little bit of slickness to it that day on the rocks.
That was a highlight of the week, seeing Cody do that for me personally. Nothing I did could even compare to that. It was so sick. He did the little back wheel hop over, and I think
readjust.
everyone was just like mind blown.
I was stoked. I was stoked on it.
What's that, Will?
I think we all went home after that. We're like, yep.
Yeah, I think that's
really good.
Tail tucked between your legs.
Yeah. The only one that was stoked was Cody and me because I got a shot and he got the line. Everyone else was tail between the legs probably.
It was an honor though. I still hold on to this pretty good. When Ryder told me, he's like, this was remnants of the Cody Webb I used to love, like the remnants of old Cody Webb still there. And I was like, yes.
Yeah, that line
much appreciated.
Yeah, I know that the interviews are always kind of an annoying thing, but they take a bunch of time, but I feel like it gives some context and kind of rounds out the story. And so, you know, the last day the weather was shit. So everybody just endured like hours of interviews. And, you know, I guess that's just my crazy style, but I think it works out to have you guys talking about those cool moments. I don't want to take too much time, but on all that, but I do want to hit some questions that we've had submitted. If you guys want to just rapid fire some questions, we're at about 35 minutes. I think we'll go for about an hour. The first one is from Brandon. Will you have a Youth Rider Burros episode in the future? And he said that would be epic. I guess I can answer that one. I do think that would be cool. I do want to feature more A-class guys and the rest of the pack. I think there's a lot of talent across the field in this sport, so I do want to do that, and a Youth Rider mini burros episode would be cool. I think we definitely need to do that in 2025. Jesse asked, what state has the best hard enduro type riding? Anybody want to grab that one? Give us an opinion on
that. Page, Arizona. Arizona's got so much different stuff. Where Coop lives in Phoenix, like harsh, ravine type slabs, then Page with the sandstone slabs, and like flag stuff with the woods. I think it's
Arizona, like like Arizona, that's the problem. There's so much traction everywhere that you have to make like the dumbest loops, which obviously that we have over the years. But like Arizona, I feel like you can get pretty much every type of riding in. The only part is like, say like a East Coast style conditions is the only thing that like we're missing probably, that I feel like is fun to ride. So Arizona is definitely a good one. I feel like Utah, where we filmed a good portion of the Burros shoots, I feel like that area was really cool. Like it was pretty endless on what you could do there.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite areas. Obviously why I wanted to film there, just endless creativity. I feel like for you guys, a little bit for everybody, trialsy, a little bit of kind of jumpy, and then just some all out grinds up the ravines that you guys were trying to do all hard enduro style. Pretty cool area. We just had a question come in from Instagram. Any Euro riders in the future to join the episodes? I don't want to tease too much because I don't have a ton of details, but in conversations with having some big name Euro guys out, so that would be pretty cool to feature them a little bit and see what they think. So just stay tuned in the future on that. Things are in motion, and I hope it all works out. Getting them out here is a little bit harder, and but I think there's opportunity there to make that happen. Let's see. Thomas asked, Cody, what's the best way to learn static balance?
I mean, there's like a trick to do, like if you put your front tire, like kind of lean it up against a log or a curb and kind of like wedge the bike into it, like at an angle, you get more surface contact to the ground, right, and against an obstacle. So like that's a good way to start if you don't really have any static balance at all, and kind of like you're going to plant the front end more, and obviously you're weighting the peg side to side, but you know, that's a good start if you don't have any sort of static balance under your belt. And then once you figured out more. Like having the bike on is easier. I feel like 'cause you can kind of creep forward and keep readjusting. And, obviously I feel like the hardest part is, when you really want to up it, is being in your garage on a slippery, hard concrete surface with the bike off. That's elite level of static balance there.
Sorry. Cool. So let's see. One more for Cody. Burnsy said, how often do you ride trials? That's a question we're all wondering.
Almost every time I'm on my dirt bike, because I pretty much just ride trials on my dirt bike now. I don't know the last time I rode trials. I haven't ridden trials once this year. So, but I fixed my trials bike. I had to readjust a little bit. And then that was right before TKO. And then I went and got fixed. So I plan on getting back after it again. One thing, someone here asked about a woman's Hard Enduro Burro. I think that'd be cool to have some of them on, like Louise.
Yep. I've been talking with her about that for sure.
Yeah. And Hallie's really young. So definitely something there I think we can do in the future, or you can. I'm not going to do that, but you can.
Yeah, I definitely plan to link up with Luis, just talking about it for the winter here.
The Burros.
Yeah. Burros, yeah, exactly. Another question, has it been fun being a burro and being featured in this episode, in the episode series? Who wants to take that one?
Who wants it?
Yeah. Was it fun? For sure. And it's cool because it's kind of what we do anyway. And we never really get filmed. It's only when one of us gets our phone out and we're doing something. But you were there to film everything from sun up to sundown. So it was just like a normal day, but even funner with the camera aspect and all of us in one spot.
On that kind of note, I've got a bloopers reel here that in the moment I interviewed him, I think he knows where this is going. I interviewed him about, hey, what's cool about being out here training? And his response was, this is just what we do. And I kind of got in his head a little bit. So I'm going to show you guys this video, and then we'll watch some bloopers, and then we can kind of shit talk each other a little bit on that. And then I've also got an outtakes video from the interviews. A lot of people were wanting to see the mess ups, because of course I only show the polished stuff. So without further ado, let me do the little bit of roast I got of you guys, and then we'll reconvene and talk about that.
It's the little power lifting.
Yeah, boy. Use the legs, not your back.
Oh my God! It's crazy what pressure can do to a guy. He's so confident. He's such a good rider. You put a little bit of pressure in his head, an easy line. He's not getting up all of a sudden. I don't know.
Oh my God! This kid is on a death path, man.
Hit the button and push. He didn't listen to me. If he listened, he would have. Look.
Well, like, what's the point of being out here doing this?
Because it's. The point of being here is because it's Tuesday, and what day is it? Wednesday?
Holy, he's cloud.
No, the point of being here is because it's a normal week, and it's Wednesday, and we train, and that's what we do.
That's what we do.
Yeah, trying to one-up each other, do gnarly shit. Just watch me do it.
That's it. You're with his mind, dude.
I smacked it last year, and Bubba T. Hart, he had to go at her after I showed him the way up. He got it successfully, as you would. He's pretty good, so.
Super on the film crew here.
Other film crew. CA12 filming. Coming for the Sky Pixel.
And that's just a fraction of the action. There's a few more bloopers yet, but can't give everything away all at once.
Will, what day is it? You know?
I think it's Wednesday. No, it's Tuesday. No, Tuesday. Oh, no, it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah, Lil Spark Plug, she said the bloopers are the most relatable footage for me. It's LOL, it's a Tuesday. I think we've all been there for sure.
Well, we don't have real jobs, so like we never really know what day of the week it is. Every day is the weekend.
Every day is a good day to fling your bike.
Yeah. Why do you think? I'm just avoiding a desk job. This throwing my bike up that crap is way more fun than sitting behind a computer.
This is probably as close to a desk job as you guys get right here, right? With an hour-long live stream.
Yeah.
You just getting us to set all this up was a pain for you. Probably took us forever. I'm pretty sure it took all of us like at least an hour and multiple questions and multiple tries to at least just get to this.
Do it for me, and I haven't even got my Instagram. Couldn't figure that out.
Yeah, Will was the smart one. He's like, I was like, I can remote into your computer and just do it. And he's like, yeah, just how do we do that? We can do that. I'm like, yeah, just sit back.
We can do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you log into his bank accounts while you're at it too, or what?
Yeah, there's stuff on there now that I got blackmail, so we're good.
Yeah.
If I knew the password.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know. I guess it's just my style. I don't know. I'm either full throttle or nothing and all this kind of content stuff. So maybe I go too hard sometimes, but I don't know. I just wanted it to be kind of polished like this and, you know, have everybody and be able to present the content. And, you know, USWE was really backing us. So I just wanted to make sure it was polished and looked good, and appreciate you guys all jumping on. So I wanted to mention too, before we run out of time, we got another 15 minutes or whatever. We can go as long as we want, but in addition to the sale that we're doing right now, Cody and I are partnered on his CW2 training platform, and we wanted to give away a few free memberships for people. So anybody who places an order today, we'll put them in a raffle for a 6-month CW2 training membership. And that kind of goes with the question of how do you get better at static balance? And I didn't even know how to ride. I mean, basically 2 years ago when I learned about the series, I deleted everything I thought I knew about riding. I've been riding since I was 3. So, you know, working with Cody on that platform, I got to, you know, level up a bit. So we just wanted to give away a couple memberships, and then also going to raffle off a Burros hoodie, and I got a USWE hat as well. So just, you know, if you guys place an order today, we'll figure out how to find out who all those people are from USWE, and then get you all entered into something. And so on that note, I'm going to punt it to Jason. He's going to talk a little bit about the gear that they're launching. I think you guys got 3 gear sets. And so without further ado, I'll let you jump in.
Yeah, we do. We've got these gloves. We've got our zero bullshit gloves. Everybody seems to love those things. We just kind of put, if you guys follow, you know, our Instagram, and if you guys have been to our events, we're loud and obnoxious, and then we just kind of like to be that way. We've usually got a DJ playing at events, and we're giving away stuff and things like that. So if you're not following us, then please do. But yeah, as Blake said, for this particular live stream, if you go to the website, it's down below. We're giving away a free pack, basically, if you buy one gear set, and the gear set's 40% off. So if you buy a pant, jersey, glove, you're going to get a free Outlander 2 with it. It's honestly, it's a deal that I didn't think I was going to get approved, but here we are. And I think we're going to have that going for the next 24 hours, I believe. So even after this gets pulled down, and then so we've got 3 different levels. We've got the rock level, we've got Lyra, and between the Lyra is more of a day trip and an off-road, a true off-road gear set. It's really durable. The rock and the caulk stuff that we have are more of a enduro off-road race fit type of pant. And one that could comment on that would be Will. Will's wearing our stuff, and he's got, I think, both the rock and
yeah, all 3 really.
All 3, okay.
Yeah. But I love the caulk. I normally just wear that.
All the caulk stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that stuff's on there. Like I said, that stuff's 40% off. And if you buy the full set, you'll get a pack with it. And I think I don't need to really talk about the packs. I think everybody knows about the packs by now. I think all these guys have one. That's kind of our bread and butter stuff. So go to the website, check it out. I don't want to make this like all about USWE, but it is a pretty cool thing. And we're just happy to be a part of the Hard Enduro, and especially the Hard Enduro Burros. It's where we cut our teeth. It's kind of where our heart and soul is with the Hard Enduro stuff. So we're just stoked to be a part and be a part of all these guys and everybody in the Hard Enduro series.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. I'll just mention one thing. It was hard for me to try to figure out who could be a title sponsor for this series because everybody's got their own gear deal and whatever. So, you know, it meant a lot and it said a lot that all you guys run USWE packs like across the board. It's one of the only brands that you all share in common. And I think that means something that, you know, USWE's here to stay and you guys really back what we're doing and you guys are fired up about the content. And so it's cool to have a brand that just sees the vision of showing off your guys' talent. And so just, yeah, stoked to have you guys on board and doing stuff like this. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think what's really cool too is like USWE is such a big part, like even with the packs, like, I mean, I think everybody, I would say even 90% of the Hard Enduro people are wearing USWE packs just because they're by far the best. I mean, they fit so nicely. And obviously I don't wear USWE gear, but like just being around Will, like it looks nice and has good stuff. And like, what's really cool is like, obviously they're doing 40% off, but even 10% of that is going back to like this Burros project for next year's project, which is really cool. So a lot of people like, you know, sponsor stuff, but it's really cool that they're sponsoring and also putting it back into us for us to be able to shoot this and shoot all this video.
Yeah, that's something that like USWE definitely didn't have to do, but it's really cool to see. And, you know, you guys put in a lot of work to go out there and film. And, you know, one of the things I really wanted to do was try to value your guys' time and not just ask you to come film for free like everybody else does. I mean, I know I ask you guys a lot throughout the year to film and post and kind of keep this thing going. But, you know, with the sponsorship dollars that we got, I was able to pay you guys a little bit for your effort. And I think that's important to me that you guys feel valued and don't, you know, just feel like I'm asking for another favor, like a lot of the brands that just, you know, hey, you love dirt bikes, why don't you go do this for free, you know? So it's pretty cool.
And USWE is all about development. Like we're still developing the gear, or like they'll send me stuff and then I'll send them back my thoughts. Honestly, now I don't know how we can get it better. Honestly, at the start of the year when I started with them, we went back and forth a lot, and that's what's cool about USWE is that the development and working with not just one person from the company, but quite a few. No other gear brand has done that with me or maybe any of these guys in here. So that's pretty sick that they're so keen to improve and live and breathe hard enduro. And
yeah, I mean, it's obviously the pack stuff is like I said, our bread and butter, and everybody's familiar with that stuff. But as we build the brand and get into gear and some of this other stuff, we've got travel luggage and things like that too now. So as we build that stuff, I think it's important to have you guys and, you know, other riders involved in that process, just to help make things better. Because I mean, I think we've got with the pack being so good, you know, I think we've got a lot to live up to as far as making sure the other stuff that we bring along is just as good quality and performance as well. So it's important to, you know, have riders come back to us and give us feedback, and it's important for us to put that into the products that we develop. So I think all that stuff's important.
And you have everything for us to train. You've got all the mountain bike stuff, the pants, the tops, the I don't know what you call them, like the skin tight things, all the running stuff, all the hiking stuff, the actual cycling stuff. So as far as training goes, USWE's got it all for us, which is cool because we use
a lot of crossover. So
yeah.
So yeah, appreciate you guys, you know, developing and pushing more into a new product. It's definitely cool to see for the sport. As a sidebar, I just wanted to mention I do have a little bit of USWE swag that we're actually going to be raffling off. So I wanted to mention that just so people can get their hands on packs and stuff. For the USWE Pro Burros Challenge that we're doing, we're at episode 5 is out as of now this morning, the longest stoppie. Or 4, I mean, excuse me. And, you know, go ahead and submit your guesses for who you think will win the next challenge, which is the Stoppie Challenge, on the website. Every correct guess, you get entered into a weekly giveaway if you guess the right rider. And then every correct guess gets entered into, we've got 3 grand prizes, which I've been just kind of behind the 8 ball here, but I have 3 pretty epic grand prize giveaways that I'll read through here. So, and then every dollar spent on the Burro store, if you want to scoop a lid or a hoodie, it'll count towards an entry into this giveaway. But the first grand prize, I've got a set of IRC tires, a VE33S and a VX30 front, Burro's hat, and a $250 climb gift card for grand prize 1. The second grand prize is a USWE Moto Hydro 4-liter pack, a Burro's hat, and then a Burro's hoodie, and then a SX slide plate, which those things are like the best in the game. Another thing that you guys pretty much all use, except for I think Cody and Cooper. And then grand prize 3 is a custom bulletproof designs and Hard Enduro Burros branded clutch cover, which I haven't even posted about. It's milled and engraved with the logo on it. It's pretty sick, real thick. And then a couple discards and throttle housing from Bulletproof Designs, a chain saver, a hoodie, and a USWE hat. So pretty cool to see just, you know, all these brands step up and want to donate stuff and keep the stoke going. And so, yeah, go ahead and get your guesses submitted on the website each week, and you never know if you can guess the right burro who's winning. You could definitely come home with some coin, well, with some swag, that's for sure. All right, so the only other thing, I've got one more video I'll show you guys here. It's the outtakes. Kind of did a little bit more of a roast of you guys again, so why don't I play that since we're almost to an hour here, and we'll talk about that.
USWE Burros Challenge. USWE Pro Burros Challenge. Might have to have bloopers. I was trying to say that. USWE Pro Burros Challenge. Is that right? Yeah. That's tough, dude.
Yeah. So basically, you know, you put the strap on. Yeah. You know, I like running the USWE pack because the way it hooks onto your back, it just. I almost said strap on again. Got. Yeah. You know, with the USWE pack, the way the No Dancing Monkey works, you put it on, it doesn't chafe your neck, fits comfortably, doesn't bounce around. It's definitely the best product out there on the market. No strap-ons, unless they ask for it.
The No Dancing Monkey, what? The No Dancing Monkey. The No Dancing... This is fucking stressful. Too much pressure. Put that on the thing. Yeah, so the No Dancing Monkey strap system that USWE has is really good. Bounce free, no extra straps, perfect.
I think the winner of the USWE Pro Burros Challenge, I think the winner of the USWE Burros Challenge, yeah, it's sick. Yeah, I think the winner of the USWE Pro Burros Challenge. I love that. Like, you'll look at the top of a mountain and go, "You just need." Oh yeah. So maybe that one. Oh yeah, to the got a bit going on, I guess. But the whole. Yeah. What does he mean?
Maybe roasted me.
So, you know, well, everybody's been asking that for so long. Back when I was doing the recaps for the series, they wanted to see the will roast, and really the original concept was to have subtitles on there and have it where you're doing that, but then it just says like something totally different. So I could have done that, but yeah, it was a long time coming. Sorry, buddy.
That was good.
I mean, it's easy for me to make the roast, but if you guys interviewed me, it'd be pretty brutal. So
I'll make your job pretty easy with the blooper thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I feel like it's so easy. Like, you know, if you just have to talk like normal, but like as soon as the camera goes in front of you, it's like you get nervous. And then like, especially if you have to like talk about something like, or like say a certain phrase,
A tagline or a phrase.
Like a tagline or a phrase. It's like, I don't know why it just gets so much harder than just saying like talking about the riding or stuff like that.
Yeah, it's something about the camera effect, right?
Blake makes it tough sometimes. You'll say something, he's like, repeat it, but say it more like this.
Yeah.
And as soon as he says that, I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be a long couple minutes.
Yeah, Ryder's not wrong. I am pretty particular, and I think you know, they're all very patient with me. I'm like, do it this way, do it that way, say it your own way, but like kind of do it this way. And so I probably zap any amount of energy or fun that's residual in doing an interview, but I feel like it makes you guys look good, and I kind of always want to show you guys in the best light. So if I can reduce some ums and some random things like that, then I guess I'll take my chances pissing you off during an interview by asking multiple times. But that's just part of it.
I do want to admit there is a backstory to the whole strap-on thing, because when we did everything, I did everything for like the training platform. I have a whole thing about like getting set up for hard enduro riding, and like I include the USWE pack in there. And actually, Jason, I should probably hit you up for a coupon code in there. But yeah, I said like the whole thing. Oh no, it's about pulling your bike up stuff. But the title is called Strap On, and I ran with it maybe a little too hard.
Yeah, good clarification there. It's important.
Yeah, there's no strap-ons included with your purchase if you get something on the discount today.
Sold separately.
Yeah.
I got a couple more questions that came in here. What does a typical day out riding with the Burros look like when you're out filming?
Carnage. It's literally like trying to herd burros, because we're like, you're trying to like chase us filming, and then like we're just like off doing lines, and then like we do a couple lines, and if we like don't think it's cool, then we're like, all right, we're off to another section. You're like, crap, I literally just got to that section, so we're off to another section. And literally it was like the same thing. It was like you had to like lure us in by like finding a way to make us stay in a certain spot. So it was pretty hard to get all of us to stay in one spot, because one of us is looking around at the next spot, and then somebody just goes off wandering, and then once one guy goes, another guy goes, and then soon we're all in that spot, and then you're ready to film, and then we're nowhere to be found again. So it's definitely a task for you.
Yeah, it is a problem. I don't want to stifle you guys' energy, like creatively with the lines you want to hit and having fun out there. But I'm just so like, I want the shot. So I'm like, hold on. I got to unzip and put all this shit together. And so, yeah, I got to get faster at that. But yeah, it is pretty chaotic trying to track you guys down, but I think it's getting better. And when it's not all 8 of you guys, it's not so bad. A couple guys like Cooper, when it was Cooper and Max and Evan and I up in the Alpine, we had it down to pretty good science there. Like Max would leapfrog and go pick out a line that he wants to hit, while Cooper and I would film the one that we're working on, and then he would do that after. And so it just kind of got into a bit of a flow and a rhythm at that point. But yeah, a lot of downtime setting up the drone and setting up the location and the angles and the light, waiting for the light. I kind of still feel bad about it. I made Cooper sit on top of that Connex container for like 10 minutes for the sun to come out, because the clouds just were blocking everything, and it just looked so bad. And I'm like, if this guy's going to drop off this huge 10-foot tall thing or whatever, I got to do my part to make it look good.
Yeah, it literally, like, I don't even think the full clips came out for the container part yet, like just a little portion. But like, I felt like if it was only 10 minutes, it felt like 30 minutes that I was like up there, and I was just like pretty nervous. I was like, all right, I think it'll go well, but it was pretty nerve wracking. And then I was like, the way my gearing was, I wasn't sure if I could pull second. So I like kind of did a couple test runs to like just go to the end, but it's so hard. Like it's a 20-foot Connex or whatever it was. So I'm like just test running right to the end of the Connex, and then I would get off the bike, roll it back again, test it in first gear. And I ended up going off of it in first gear, which is weird, because as soon as I landed, like all the weight went forward, because I literally had no momentum in the bike. So I literally like almost slammed the bars off the landing, but it worked.
Yeah.
So
And the last bit on that was Max was actually inside the Connex. We had this cool shot line up where Cooper drops off the Connex, and then right as Max hears the bike above his head, he just flies out and rams the door with his tire to bust open the door to pop out at the same time. So he was pretty much sitting in complete darkness for minutes while we're waiting for the, clouds.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he was sitting in there, and then like he was just going based off the field. Like you could hear my tire because the Connex box, who knows how long it's been up there, but like just walking on it, the top would flex. So like we weren't even sure like riding across it was going to be okay. So I like did a couple test runs just to make sure. But literally Max said it sounded like the thing was going to like blow through as I was like riding across it to step off of it. But then yeah, he was like going to hit the doors open. And I was so worried because when he hits the doors open, it was like right where my rear wheel would leave. And I was so nervous that he was going to open the doors too early and I was going to clip the door and go over the bars, which wouldn't have been good. So luckily it went smooth.
Yeah, that was a one and done. Truly, that doesn't happen too often, at least on the filming side of things, but on the riding side too. So that'll be cool. Something to look out for, guys, in episode 4. I'm getting those, working on those, and I'm going to be doing a little bit more filming with Wilsey, hopefully, and I've got a shoot planned with Tristan, so we're just going to get a little bit extra footage because I can never have enough. And yeah, those I'm excited to show you guys those, and we'll deep dive more into that alpine terrain with Max and Cooper, our 3-day adventure up there. So definitely look out for that.
Did an episode just drop today?
Yeah, it's a challenge episode. So there's still 3 more challenge episodes, and then I'll go back to that cinematic style. I've got 1 or 2 more of those that will come out this kind of season. And then, and then I got to go back to the drawing board and do some more filming all throughout the winter with you guys and get ready to do more for next year. I wish I could drop episodes weekly indefinitely, but it's hard to keep up at that level.
What, we have any talks for next year yet? I know we've talked the word next year, but we don't have any. Are we doing this again?
All together? Well, that's up to you guys. I'm all about it. I think it's been really fun for me. So
let's all hang out again. That was fun. We didn't really talk about that other than the riding. Like we all stayed at the same house in St. George too, in an Airbnb, which was really cool.
You guys should film some of that.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of wrestling, I think. Right?
That'd be awesome.
A lot of wrestling with Tristan and Wilsey probably doing that. But it is cool that that was part of the whole thing on kind of creating this whole idea is it even going to work? I got to get 8 competitors to go stay in an Airbnb for 3 days right after racing when they are all fired up and maybe have some vendettas and whatever. But yeah, it all worked, and that's what's so cool about putting this together from my side is that you guys just are naturally cool with each other. Obviously, like you've interviewed, you want to win, and when the helmets go on, it's game on. But to be able to turn that on and off and be cool with everybody is sick, and it's so rare. I've filmed a lot of motorsports in other realms, and the guys are not like that at all. And so that's what's kind of drawn me into this. So yeah, I think we got to do something in a different terrain. Maybe we need to go East Coast. Maybe we need to go into the Alpine again, but with everybody. I've got ideas, but we got to figure out when the little 3-day period or 4-day period is where we can get everybody all together. And that's the hard part.
I had one question. I don't know. He told me to answer the question, but I don't see it in the comments. So he texted it to me. They want to know what we put in our USWE packs. I feel like that's a good side thing to talk about now. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I put in like electrolyte powder, and then depending on the race, I'll do more or less. And I think pretty much all of us are running 3-liter packs. A lot of times we'll swap out packs depending on the race when we come in for a fuel pit stop. So maybe you'll drink 1.5 liters, 2 liters, and then go out again with a fresh pack. Normally I have maybe calorie wise, I'm trying to think how many scoops I do. I try and do like 2 scoops per hour, like projected. So maybe like 600 to 800 calories with electrolyte stuff. And then I think at Tough Like Roar this year, I had 2 different pickle juices. So I was taking pickle juice shots mid-race for cramps as well. Sometimes a little bit of tools, but yeah, that's what I run in mine at least.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of us are on pretty similar setups now. I feel like all of us have kind of found a similar electrolyte that works well. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty similar to Webb. Usually 6 to 8 scoops of the electrolytes with the 3-liter pack. 2 liters is nice for like shorter rides, but 3-liter for sure is the way to go for like hard enduro longer rides. And then yeah, a lot of times like the longer hard enduros will have a second pack prepped and ready. And for me, a lot of times, like just because my stomach would get upset, you know, if you like drink electrolytes, it's not like we're really eating the whole hard enduro. So sometimes my second camelback will just be straight water, just because when you're exhausted and all that, like sometimes just straight water sounds so good. So that's usually the way I'll go.
Hey guys, I am curious. I always wondered, sometimes I see a lot of you guys running the hands-free system and sometimes you're not. And I was just curious if you guys I like that. Will, you were wearing it in one of those clips with the hands-free system, which is the one that comes through the front of the helmet. I was just curious if you guys run it.
I use that every race. I don't use it when I train just because we've, got lots of time to drink and stuff. But in a race, I feel like it's important because it's no effort. Like it's in your mouth, ready to go. And you don't need to take your hands off the handlebars. And especially me, I got sweating issues. So I have so much salt, so much electrolytes in my pack, and I need to drink a lot. So for me, it's perfect. I can sip all the time, like a liter an hour. I try to do. So the hands-free is perfect for me. And I think USWE is the only people that make them.
I think so.
Yeah.
I've messed around with the hands-free a little bit, but honestly, I think it's good. Like it's weird at first, I think, to get used to, like the first time I ran it, just with like sitting it so close to your mouth and stuff, but it is definitely nice. Like you do stay so much more hydrated just with it right there. So for me, it's like, you just have to take the time to, figure out how it works in your helmet, because like I have little like metal pieces on the front of my helmet that like it was wanting to like puncture the hands-free device, where like some of the helmets don't have like the metal parts on the front. So then I feel like it's like perfect. So for me, it's more just like dialing it in with the helmet. I feel like it's the hardest part, but once you get it set up, it's, I think, by far the way to go.
One kind of random note is for me, when I'm editing GoPro footage of you guys, it's cool not having the dangling hose in front of the camera that always happens. I've got hours and hours of that. So, the hands-free one's kind of cool for that. But that's just for us geeky camera people,
I saw Evan ask what size pant I wear, what USWE pant, 32 and large top, which is what I wear everywhere. It's just like regular sizing, which is good.
So everything's true to size. That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, are you trying to slip into the same size pant as Will there, Evan, or what's the deal?
He's looking for hand-me-downs.
Yeah, maybe that's what he's looking for.
Badass.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're hoping to do, is to get more people into the gear, because the gear looks really awesome and it's purpose built. So I think it's not super out there yet right now, but people know the packs really well. But it'll be cool to get more people into the gear and do more filming of more other pros and amateurs and stuff that wear the gear. So I got to do a little bit of a commercial filming with Will, and that was pretty fun to show off the gear a little bit. We did that right around Grinding Stone, and I think USWE's got that ad to places, but just kind of cool to see a special set of gear that looks stretchy and flexible. And I think the Lyra has a pocket, which is cool for a phone or whatever. If you trust yourself to have your phone in your pocket. I don't know if I'm good enough yet for that, but maybe a trail phone or something. But yeah, pretty cool. All right, I had a couple other questions that came in, if you guys got some time still yet. JP said, this is a different JP, he said, Cody, you are the Jarvis of the US. Will you continue to race hard enduro at the age of 50 plus? So they really want you on the record here.
I think I'm good. I don't even want to do that. I don't think.
That just sounds painful on the wrist.
Yeah, just everything. I don't know. Hard enduro. I love hard enduro, but like we do the locked in or the Keystone Challenge, where you race 6 hours at Tough Lake Roar, which is arguably probably the worst worst gnarliest race of the year for us. And the next day you got to do another hard enduro. And like, I'm not stoked to ride the second day. I don't even want to look at my motorcycle.
So how does that make you feel after 2 days of racing or whatever? And then we say, let's go film the day after that.
King of Motos wasn't as bad. King of Motos there's good traction there. Like obviously you're tired, but it's not like a tough, like roar tired. But next year, if we plan to shoot after King of Motos, I think all the riders are doing a petition to have a day off to enjoy ourselves.
You know, I think that's totally fair but you got to think back then I had a lot of pressure to like come up with this concept, and is it even going to work, and are the brands going to be happy, and do the people like it, and do I have enough footage? So now I would like to think I can take a little bit of a chill pill and kind of let it be more mellow, since you know, I kind of have a bit of a baseline now. But I know you're probably shaking your head because I've worked with you a lot with the CW2 training, and I do you know, it requires a lot of filming to get all that stuff too. But yeah, I want you guys to have fun. I don't want you to resent the shoots or anything like that in the end. So, you know, maybe a mandatory hot tub sesh, let everybody chill out for a day, you know, book a place with a pool. That maybe is what we need to do.
Blake, I think you're going to have to book these guys, and then you're probably going to get a line of a bunch of emails from riders trying to get in on this.
Yeah. Might have to.
Criteria?
What's that?
Criteria to be a burro.
Well, I mean, I think you got to have that adventure spirit of wanting to push yourself and, you know, challenge yourself. And, you know, everybody's a burro, really, in my mind. Everybody's at their own level, pursuing their own goals and getting better at hard enduro. And so you just have to have a love for the sport and passion for it, and just want to send it. But, you know, I wanted to feature kind of the top field in the beginning because, you know, you guys are the known names. And I just think a lot of you are, somebody's got a weed whacker going. So largely mysterious in a way, like, you know, Tristan and stuff. And like in between races, you know, nobody really gets to see what you guys are up to per se. So once we show a lot of that, then we can, you know, get a few other burros in the mix, and, you know, maybe some Euro action to put some pressure on y'all to perform. Maybe get like a bunch of Euros and a bunch of American burros and see what happens together. Would be kind of interesting. So yeah, no structured criteria, but you just got to have a love for it, and you got to have patience to want to film. That's kind of the other part of it. If you don't want to wait for me to get the camera going, then, you know, that's not as much burro material, because if I can't film you, then you might as well just ride without me, because I'm just slowing you down. Let's see here. I had one other question. Where do you guys want to see the sport of hard enduro go in America in 10 to 20 years, or just kind of in the future?
I think it'd be cool to see it continue to grow. I mean, I feel like just in the last, maybe say 5 years, like what the series has turned into. And I think part of it too is like you see where like freestyle in a way has gone to like free riding and stuff like that. I think like hard enduro kind of has that same feel, just obviously different style, but like, I think that's what's so cool is like hard enduro can kind of be like a way to be like free riding and also say like the racing side of hard enduro. I feel like that's what's so neat about it. It's you really can just go explore and can go do anything you want on your dirt bike. Pretty much once you see a mountain, it's like you can try to get to the top of it or whatever it may be, whether it's a big rock lip or you can kind of hit things differently, and everybody sees things a little differently. So that's what's so cool about hard enduro, and hopefully it'll continue to grow.
Yeah, that's kind of my goal, obviously, with showing all this content off, is just letting people see what's possible. I mean, if anybody can have the revelation like I had of realizing I've ridden my whole life and I don't know anything about riding dirt bikes, after seeing you guys, it would be cool for other people to have that realization, and then just realize there's other levels and other techniques that you can work on, which is what it's all about for me, is just getting better. So I kind of am like a total normie, just, you know, total trail rider growing up. And so I feel like I'm kind of the target market for the content I'm creating, is just people like me who just want to be mind blown. I mean, the lines you guys do, it doesn't even make sense. The splatters and stuff, like I'm like 6'7", and you guys are like jumping as high as I am up rocks and stuff. So yeah, it's just absolutely crazy to see all those crazy lines. Let's see. Did you guys have any other questions on your end? Otherwise, we can talk a little bit about the challenge episode that dropped, and then maybe we can wrap this up in a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. The episode that we were live during, but it launched, was the 4th challenge where we did the longest standing wheelie. Everybody's now seen, well, some people have now seen, who won. Why don't you guys talk about that challenge and what made that one particularly challenging or easy, or what was your opinion on that wheelie section I picked?
Can we say who won?
I think you can now. Yeah. By the time people go watch the episode, I mean, it's fine. But just that challenge, yeah. Still don't want to let anybody know who won the whole thing overall.
Coop, you got that one, didn't you? The wheelie?
Yeah. It was the wheelie. Yeah. Nah, you got to give me one. The wheelie thing was hard because, like, obviously it's one thing to say like wheelie on a road, or like you can slow wheelie, fast wheelie, whatever it is. But we also knew like we could wheelie quite a ways if it's just on a flat road. So we ended up wheeling through a massive set of sandy whoops. So I feel like that was what made it really difficult, is like it's already more difficult to wheelie through a set of big whoops that are like G'd out at the bottom. And then also you add in red sand that's super deep and soft. And I feel like it definitely made it more difficult than say like a normal wheelie down a road would be.
Yeah, I guess that came into like where I picked the spot. I mean, I thought it would be kind of a challenging thing, but I kind of thought you guys would go farther, and I just don't, it's just hard to know, like unless you guys pick the locations, then it's one guy might have a favorable choice over somebody else. But yeah, it was just like some whoop sections, but yeah, the spacing on it seemed like it made it kind of tricky. A lot of people thought that you were going to win that one, Cody, a lot of the people voting and stuff. So unfortunately didn't work out for the goat. But what was the strategy going into that one?
I thought I was going to do pretty good at that one, but I'm just not a very good like parking lot trick guy. I'm not I can't do circle wheelies. I used to try and do them all the time. Can't do tail draggers. I'm not very good at parking lot tricks. So think wisely for your next votes, people.
There you go.
Yeah.
If you want a hint.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can somewhat wheelie. That's why I had to use that. I knew I had a chance at that one, where I was like, I have to at least win this, because once they see the stoppy one, it's going to be quite sad. So it's we'll just give a little hint. So give a little hint at the next one.
Yeah, so that everybody can get their vote in on the stoppy. I know there's some guys that can do some filthy stoppies in this crew and who aren't even on the stream here, but that one we picked on a flat road to kind of make it a fair deal for everybody. So definitely interesting how that one went down. A few moments that were kind of funny too. So, tune in, that'll be next week. But yeah, I hope the challenges are interesting for people to watch. I just wanted to do something a little bit different and show you guys off, kind of head to head, but without it being a race. And, $500 is what we could scrape up, but in the future, hopefully we can do more and make it a little juicier for you guys. Not that you weren't sending it pretty hard already, but what would be nice for you guys to come up with a couple grand from something like this would be cool if we can swing it. And then there's some real clout there to say you are the Pro Burro Challenge, for whatever that's worth.
Let's do it.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, I mean, we've been going for an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes. Unless there's any other questions that I'm missing from the live stream or anything like that, I appreciate everybody jumping on, taking the time. If people are into this, maybe we can do it again, and the setup won't be so crazy for the riders to get it all going now that we kind of got it all figured out. And appreciate Jason for jumping on, and for USWE, obviously, for offering this crazy deal. I mean, when they first told me about 40% off and then a free pack, I'm like, okay, it's going to be an either or deal, but they wanted it to be both. So just pretty cool to have them back what we're doing and help fund it and get the word out and stuff. So just looking forward to doing more episodes. It seems like people are into them, and I love filming them. It's a blast for me, and it's been kind of a passion. So if people are into it, we're just going to keep it going. And now we just need to figure out how to get you all together again.
Yeah.
For
We'll
sure.
make it happen.
Thanks
Cool.
for everyone for joining, and thanks to Blake and the whole crew for everything they've done for the Burros, and Jason with USWE and all the other sponsors. It's been it was fun to do all the filming and see the episodes come out and see everybody's stoked to watch them.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, guys, I appreciate it. And again, any orders that are placed today, we've got the giveaway for a couple CW2 memberships. We got a USWE hat and a Burros hoodie. So you might be the lucky winner of one of those items. And other than that, get your votes in, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. I appreciate it.
All right. See you, everyone.
See you guys.
See you guys.